Studio microphone story. The power of thought. The beggar who became a businessman. Soft, inspirational music plays in the background. There's a famous saying, "A man is as big as his thoughts." This isn't just a quote, it's an eternal truth. Throughout history, the lives of great people have proven this again and again. Napoleon Hill once said in his legendary book, Think and Grow Rich, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." In other words, what we continuously think about becomes our reality. But then comes a question: if thoughts truly shape our lives, why don't most people become successful? Do they not think enough? Or do they simply fail to realize their own potential? Today's story will help you find that answer. So listen till the very end. Clapperboard Scene 1. The Railway Station. It was a small railway station in a busy city. The air was filled with the sound of trains, whistles, and chatter. Among the crowd sat a poor beggar, wearing torn clothes, holding a rusty tin bowl. Every day, he sat in the same spot, begging from the passengers who came and went. Whatever little he earned, he used to buy some bread at night and survive another day. One day, he saw a man dressed in a fine suit, with a shiny watch and a confident face. The beggar thought, "This man must be rich. If I ask him, maybe he'll give me more than others." He walked up to the man and said softly, "Sir, could you please help me?" The man looked at him and smiled slightly. Then he said, "Do you always ask people for things? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar was stunned. "Sir, I'm just a beggar. I have nothing to give." The gentleman replied calmly, "If you cannot give anything, you have no right to ask for anything either. I'm a businessman. I believe in exchange. If you can give me something, only then can I give you something in return." Saying this, the man boarded the train and left. The beggar stood there silently, watching the Clapperboard Scene 2. Realization. That night, the beggar couldn't sleep. The businessman's words echoed in his mind. "I've spent my whole life asking from others, but never thought about giving. Maybe that's why no one truly respected him, why people barely noticed him." The next morning, as he sat by the station, his eyes fell on a few beautiful flower plants nearby. Red, yellow, white, they were blooming brightly under the sun. And then an idea struck him. What if I give people something in return? Maybe a flower, he thought. If I give a flower to everyone who helps me, perhaps it will make them smile, and they'll feel happy giving. Clapperboard Scene 3. The change begins. From that day, the beggar's life started to change. Every morning, he plucked a few flowers. Whenever someone gave him alms, he offered them a flower with a warm smile. People were surprised. A beggar giving something back. Some laughed, some were touched. But one thing changed. People started giving him more money than ever before. And for the first time in his life, the beggar felt proud of himself. He realized giving brings joy. Clapperboard Scene 4. The Reunion. A few weeks later, the same businessman arrived at the station again. The beggar quickly ran up to him and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you too. If you give me some money, I'll give you flowers in return." The man smiled and gave him some coins. The beggar offered him a few flowers. The businessman laughed and said, "Now you become a businessman just like me." The beggar's eyes filled with tears. He couldn't believe how a single conversation had changed the course of his life. Clapperboard Scene 5. 6 months later. 6 months passed. The same station, but things were different now. Two well-dressed men were boarding a train. One was the same businessman. The other was that same beggar. The businessman looked at him and said, "You look familiar. Have we met before?" The other man smiled. "Yes, sir. The other man smiled. "Yes, sir. We've met twice before. The first time, you taught me what I should do. The second time, you told me who I truly am." The businessman stared in surprise. "You mean you're that beggar?" The man nodded. "Yes, sir. I am the same person. But today, I'm a flower merchant. People love flowers, and I love bringing smiles to their faces." Then he added, "The day you told me that I'm also a businessman, I stopped seeing myself as a beggar. I realized life gives us only when we learn to give first." Clapperboard, final message. Life doesn't give us what we want. It gives us what we believe. If you see yourself as small, you'll stay small. But if you see yourself as strong, capable, and deserving, you'll attract success and abundance. Your mind is the foundation of your destiny. As you think, so shall you become. So from today, think bigger, believe stronger, and act like the person you dream to be. Because the moment your thoughts change, your life will change too. Dizzy,